Welcome to Midlife Unlimited, the podcast for women who want more. I'm your host, Kate Porter, the Midlife Metamorphosis Coach, and I'm delighted to be joined by my episode 68. Oh my goodness, guest, the fabulous Angela Orora Medway-Smith, the practical mystic, to give a taste of our episode that's available now, wherever you listen to your podcasts. How to Be the Butterfly and Soar. So, welcome, Angela. It is fabulous to have you here today.
Thank you so much, Kate. It is. I loved our podcast. I loved our chat, and just a joy to be here. Thank
Oh,
you.
thank you. Because I love doing these live video podcasts because not everyone's got time to listen to an audio. I mean, our conversation's about 50 minutes, which is what the audio episodes are. Some people love us talking in their ears. Some like to actually see how fabulous we are as well. So that's what this is all about. And we're going to give a taste of our episode. I said all your contact details are in the show notes, and we'll go over those again later on. But one of the main reasons I thought this butterflies, because we're both big fans of the word metamorphosis, aren't we? I mean, obviously, I'm the midlife. I put my teeth in. See, I can't say it. It's a blinking difficult word. The midlife metamorphosis coach. I help women, and it's more than transformation for me. And I think you agree because metamorphosis, we've got everything we need inside us already. It's just a matter of unleashing it, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely, 100%. And I come at it from a different perspective, one of using accessible spiritual tools for real world transformations.
No, I love that. I love that. And butterflies as well. The actual imagery of butterflies has played a huge role in your business for you because there's something very special for you, aren't they?
Yes, yes. I mean, they're the archetypal symbol of metamorphosis and transformation, that whole caterpillar becoming a butterfly. And it was the butterfly, but with a person within the butterfly, completely balanced in their energy body, that I initially chose as my logo 11 years ago when I launched my business. And I have also been through that metamorphosis. And so the person with their arms along their sides then became a person reaching up into the flower of life, the energy of all that there is. And in a few days, I have
Drum roll,
moved
please.
once more from the butterfly and actually into the flower of life and into a symbol called the Vesca Piscis, which represents the balance of divinity, of the divine feminine and the divine masculine within. Because when we step into that kind of embodiment, then the world's at our feet. We can create the most incredible things. I mean, that might sound woo-woo, but I'm talking real world results here.
Well, that's it. I mean, that's why I love your title, The Practical Mystic. And we delve into your story and how this has all come about. But you just mentioned the word woo woo. And when we first met, and we've yet to meet in the flesh, we are going to. But we had this fabulous conversation, like in not even that long ago, in the networking world. I don't know if it's just a woman thing, a female thing, but you tended to have the kind of the corporate camp and the woo woo camp and this void almost between. But now, to my joy and to yours too, we are becoming more open to exploring new things, to opening our minds, opening our hearts. And with Valentine's Day looming, sort of hearts and flowers and chocolates and everything, to me, and I know you're with me on this, it's a fabulous time to boost our self-love, isn't it? And finding that balance that you were just talking about, the symbol. I mean, viewers, when I first saw it, it reminded me of a Venn diagram and my maths or O level, not GCSE. I'm too old for them. But I mean, that's a very basic way of describing it. But self-love and balance, they go like that, don't they?
Absolutely, because it begins with you.
Mm.
It really is that simple. How can you possibly show up in the world as the person that you really truly are until you embody self-love, self-compassion, and understand really what that means in real terms?
No, absolutely. And I love you use the analogy of peeling back the layers of an onion to get back to the core, to our very essence. Now, normally you haven't been able to use your background, unfortunately, for this, but normally you have a wonderful display of all your books. And obviously all the links to those are in the show notes. But talk us through, because it's just been amazing, the growth, the global opportunities that have opened up to you.
Yeah, so my writing journey started with channel books. So for people who don't understand what that means, it means that I'm a medium for the angelic and ascended master collective. So I started with the channel books and then very quickly was guided to create a series of books called the Oracle book series, which we've had incredible accolades for and have reached, you know, #1 bestseller in 7 different countries across all the volumes.
Wow.
And they introduce people to spiritual concepts, but in practical terms. So there are 2 books about energy healing, introducing you to over 40 different energy healing modalities and the tools that you can use yourself at home. We have the Magdalene Oracle, which introduces Mary Magdalene and her frequency and the path of the rose, which is just the most joyous frequency to work with and incredibly empowering. When you invite that energy into your world, you gain. It's like having a big sister at your back, pushing you forward all the time. It's
Is
really
that in terms
incredible.
of the advice, or the explain what you mean by
So
that?
the practices. So the
Oh,
practices.
okay.
Yeah. So the stories that our authors share, and these are all sisters of the rose, priestesses of Mary Magdalene, and they share real world stories about things that have happened to them that have guided them on their path. And then they teach you how you can do it and how you can embody that frequency. None of it's rocket science. It's all really straightforward, really simple, written for everybody, as is the latest book, The Intuitives Oracle, which teaches you how to tap into your intuition. I've had extensive real world roles. You know, I've worked as a corporate services manager, managing across 5 different functional areas in an organization. I've been an area sales manager. I've had over 300 staff working for me. You know, I've run departments. I've had this real world experience and intuition, and all of the tools that I'm talking about can play a real part in everyday life. And that's what the Oracle book series is about. And we've got one more book, which is called Good Grief, the Oracle, that we're actually inviting authors in for at the moment. And in that book, we're looking to show people how they can transform grief to grace, how they can move along that journey in any form of grief, not just grief from losing a loved one, but also grief from having alcohol issues, having issues. Well, I mean, it just
Yeah.
right
It comes
across
in
all
so many
forms of
forms.
grief,
Yeah,
all forms of
absolutely.
loss.
No, I think this is going to be really, really powerful. And one of the other key takeaways or things that really stuck with me from our audio conversation was, and it just makes so much sense. You say, as children, we were all far more open,
Mhm.
and over the time we close ourselves off because we want to we pigeonhole ourselves, we fit in, don't we, because we don't like, and as a result we lose this accessibility that you're now helping us to reawaken, to re-examine.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you want a sort of modern day analogy, then look at Shirley Valentine. She was the girl who jumped from the roof, wasn't she? She was brave and she was bold, and then life made her small. So all the work I do helps people step back into who you truly are, and the role and the path that your soul had in mind when you incarnated in the first place. The channel books can actually find out what you came here to do,
Wow.
because, as like astrology, there is a
Mm.
pattern. There are energies that we have chosen to embody while we're here. Well, this is also the same for the divine rays and sacred flames. We chose to ride down on one of these divine rays and sacred flames. And the exciting thing is that we've got a huge team in spirit supporting us, huge. But it's really nice to know who these are.
Mm.
And when you find out who the angel or ascended master that is your cheerleader,
I was going to say,
then
so do we all
yeah,
have a specific guardian angel or cheerleader then?
yeah. Well, there are lots of different types of energies that support us. So everybody has a guardian angel that is with them in every incarnation, not just this one, because in my understanding, we've had many, many, many lives. We also have a primary guide. Some people call it the gatekeeper or the doorkeeper, and that guide is with us the whole time. That is a soul that has decided to help and support us the whole time we're in this incarnation. We have a patron, the ascended master or angel that I'm talking about, who looks after the frequency that we rode in on. So when I discovered mine was Archangel Michael, and he's all about being fearless and supporting people in their spiritual journeys. I went, oh, but actually it makes sense. It makes absolute complete sense. And then we have guides that come in along the way and who will help us with the variety of things that we are choosing to do. These are experts. So if you wanted to compose an opera, there might be a guide that can help you with that. There are guides that can help you with healing, with mediumship, with everything that you need to learn. And we, like everything, you just need to ask. I mean, there are even passages in the Christian Bible that say this. If you ask, you will receive.
Yeah.
None of it is rocket science. If we don't ask, we don't get. If we don't ask, we know this
Well,
throughout our
I love
whole
that.
life.
If you don't, what's the worst that could happen?
Yeah,
Someone says no,
absolutely.
or a different opportunity might arise that you hadn't
Yes,
quite seen, but
yes,
actually by asking, and it not necessarily, I mean, that's why we get bogged down in this whole idea of failure. Failure literally just means that what we expected to happen, or maybe what we hoped would happen, didn't happen, either due to something that we've done or not done enough of, or an outside influence. But in terms of opening up new opportunities, they're there, aren't they?
yeah, absolutely. And every one of these experiences, however you frame them, brings us a lesson that helps us to step into who we came here to be and what we came here to learn. I look at this human life as school. And so we go from nursery school or kindergarten all the way up to university. And sometimes we're held back in a class because we haven't learnt the lessons. And until we learn those lessons, they will repeat. And, you know, I'm sure listeners will be able to, you know, understand times in their lives where they thought, oh, this has happened before. Why didn't I learn? Why, you know, and when you learn those lessons, then you move on to the next ones.
And as you say, sometimes, I mean, we're not talking about the old doing things on repeat and expecting a different outcome, but each time it can shift slightly when you do learn a slight lesson and you think, oh yes, actually, and then it's suddenly you get that light bulb moment, don't
Yeah,
you? You get
yeah,
that big penny drop moment. You go, it makes sense now. Now I see what I need to do, or now I see why I reacted in that way, and we can move on.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And I also believe that it's how we approach these lessons and what we've learned from them that truly makes us who we are. You know, you can go back to, you know, poetry and go back to If by Rudyard Kipling. That was one I learnt at school.
Oh yeah.
And that really embodies what you know, that really embodies this learning lessons and stepping into the fullness of who you truly are.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
And
but
and
not,
breaking.
not yeah, sorry, but not be a man, my son. I don't
No,
like that
be a woman.
headline.
Yeah, if
Yeah,
you can
yeah,
hold your head while all around are losing theirs, that's one line that's
yeah,
really stayed, because it is, if you can have faith, and I don't necessarily mean religious faith, but if you can
yes.
have faith in yourself, which comes
Mm.
back to the self-love we were talking about, and valuing yourself, knowing that you are worth the investment, the time, the effort. We're here to be fabulous. We're in our midlife now. All being well, we've got many, many, many magical moments ahead of us. It's a matter of maximizing them, isn't it? Now, you did obviously, you've mentioned your books, and your all your contact details are in the show notes, as are mine, for our episode and on the Midlife Unlimited website. But we do touch in our episode about rather exciting new developments you've got coming up. So I don't know if you've got time just to run through. This is really exciting, really
Yes,
exciting.
yes. Well, I have been appointed as the managing director for a US networking organization called eWomen Network. Hand on heart, this is huge. It's a huge opportunity for people in this country, and you know, people in London who can join, anybody who can join any of the in-person meetups, because I absolutely love their ethos. It is all about helping other women to rise, and their mission is to create 1 million female entrepreneurs with $1 million annual revenue. And there
Sounds
is
like a good plan.
coaching, incredible coaching available. There is access to every chapter. When you join as a member, you can roll up at meetings in Canada, in the US, in Mexico, and in the UK now,
Yeah.
and meet other women who who have this same vision to help each other rise and learn from each other and share and collaborate and co-create. And well, it's not, for me, it's not just about money, it's about the energy behind it, because I'm all about energy. And I feel so blessed and so honored to be bringing this opportunity to women in the UK. There are men members as well. We're not exclusive to women, but it is the eWomen Network, so it's primarily for women. And so it has that, you know, the cheerleader. It
Well, it
has that
ties in
energy.
with our episode, How to Be the Butterfly and Soar,
Yeah,
doesn't it? Because
yeah,
it
yeah,
encapsulates cheerlead. I mean, we're all about cheerleading. We're all about coming together. And that's another wonderful thing about midlife that I've really learned in terms of when you meet women and men as well. But that whole comparisonitis, we ain't got time for that. We're all about sharing the joy. And I love nothing more than seeing someone and thinking, blinking good luck, well done to her. Not that, oh God, that means I haven't. No. We're all here, as you say, to share the excitement and the opportunities. And talking of sharing, obviously all your details are on the show notes for our episode and on the Midlife Unlimited podcast website. But please, anyone wanting to find out more, to get involved, you mentioned obviously the good grief, the collaboration as well. How can they find you?
So my website, and if you search for my name, Angela Orora Medway-Smith, that finds me easily. But my website is called Cariad Spiritual. So my business, the name I chose 11 years ago, is all about love, because that's what I embody from the heart, you know, but it's about spiritual love and about how that love can empower you. So cariadspiritual.com, or searching Angela Orora Medway-Smith. You know, you can find me. I'm on most of the platforms.
Brilliant. And I say all the click-through links are on the show notes and on the Midlife Unlimited podcast website, where you'll also be able to connect with me. But I'm on Facebook, I'm on LinkedIn, I'm on Instagram, YouTube, obviously, you're watching us here. Also, head to the website, Midlife Unlimited website, for details of more. It's back, my all-in-one award-winning coaching program that combines one-to-one with group. What more could you ask for? It's coming this spring, so drop me a DM if you want to find out more. And I've got some spaces available for Pop Your Podcast Cherry one-to-ones. Find out more about those. So thank you so much for joining me, Angela, today. I love these video sessions. I love the fact they're live, they're unscripted. Who knows what's going to happen? Sometimes our cameras aren't great, sometimes the sound isn't great, but we just keep going, don't we? Because we're real women doing this together. So thanks so much for joining me today. It's been an absolute pleasure. Go and check out the full-length audio episode, available now wherever you listen to your podcasts. Here's to being fabulous and flourishing together. Here's to spreading the self-love, whatever you're doing this Valentine's Day. Love from us to you. And here's to living Midlife Unlimited. Thanks, Angela. It's been brilliant.
Bless you, Cariad.
Bye.